thing. This is the launch of the Art 360 second edition. Who knew this would be a thing? So we did the first edition back in September. We had the idea for that in about April. And then we realized that lockdown wasn't just going to be a one-off episode, and so we were encouraged by all the artists because they had such fun, and really it was so successful for everybody. We had artists picking up new galleries, picking up sales, finding new audience, that they all wanted to do it again. So here we are again. Exciting. And we've kind of ramped it up a bit this time. So the magazine's a bit bigger. Everyone's got a double page spread. We've got our charities, as you can see. We're joined tonight by Royal Papworth Charity. We've got our judges, so it's not just me this time. Maxine's with us, and Daniel may join us from America. It is an odd time out there, though. So he may join us later during the event as the event runs through. So the whole of April, mark it in your diary. 6 o'clock every evening, we will have a live or pre-recorded broadcast from an artist studio talking about their process and materials and a bit about their story as well. So what we've done this time is, last time we went live every single day. By the end of it, I had no voice. Everyone will remember. So I've said, I'll do the lives on the weekdays if you'll give me the weekends off, please. If I can do pre-records at the weekends. So that's mainly what we're doing, is lives during the week here on Crowdcast, live streamed onto Facebook, live streamed onto YouTube, and then over the weekends we'll be doing the pre-records, which I've also done with all the artists, but I've done them during March, and we'll be premiering those on the website, the Pure Arts Group website, on YouTube and on Facebook at 6 o'clock. So it'll be continuity of time throughout the whole event. So yeah, exciting times, and I really hope that the artists meet new buyers, and that the buyers find out things that they didn't even know were there, and we make lots of new friends, and we just have a really lovely time, because this is what happened in September. The excitement just built, and all the artists just had such a fabulous time. And don't we all deserve to have a lovely time? We all deserve to have a lovely time. And without further ado, the very next people who really deserve to have a lovely time, who have worked truly epically hard for all of us, looking after all of us and caring for all of us, I'm going to introduce our special guest charity, Royal Papworth. So let's give Papworth.
Hi guys.
Papworth the screen. Hello. So we're joined tonight. Thank you so much for taking time to be with us. Dr. Stephen Pettit, who is a consultant cardiologist, and his specialism is heart transplants. And Rose Bloomfield, who is fundraising manager for the Royal Papworth Charity. The reason that we chose Papworth, just because in case anyone, it's pretty obvious, everyone, we all owe a massive debt of gratitude to our NHS, and heartfelt gratitude and thanks. But Papworth has a special place in our heart because Sophie, our wonderful social media guru, her husband had his heart transplant at Royal Papworth, and they're there and they're here and they're saying hello, Stephen, down in the chat bar. Yeah. So thank you so much. We truly could not do what we do without Sophie. And therefore, we truly couldn't do what we do without Alistair, because Alistair, we need him to look after the children. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, Stephen, I'd be really grateful if you could tell us a bit about your work and how Papworth works, and tell us a bit about the story of what you do.
Yeah, sure. Firstly, I'd like to apologise for the disguise I'm wearing, but we have to stay masked up at the moment. And thank you ever so much for inviting us to contribute. We're really, really grateful to be asked. So Royal Papworth Hospital is one of the biggest specialist heart and lung hospitals in the United Kingdom. We're based in Cambridge, which is in the east of England. and we're situated on a very sort of modern complex of buildings called the Biomedical Campus. So we've got lots of neighbours, other hospitals, and biotech. And Papworth is responsible for treating patients with all kinds of heart and lung problem, both in our immediate locality, but also, probably more importantly, people from all over the country with very either unusual or severe types of heart and lung disease. And there are treatments that get provided at Royal Papworth Hospital that are not provided anywhere else in the UK. So I'm actually part of a big team of doctors and nurses and other healthcare professionals that look after patients who have very severe heart and lung failure. And one of the treatments that we offer here is transplantation, and that's something that Papworth has really been quite famous for over the last 30 or 40 years. So we take very poorly patients from all over the country and try as hard as we can to get them through to what we expect to be a completely life-changing operation that will allow them to get back to doing all the things that they were doing before they became poorly. But like all of you guys, our world has really been turned upside down over the last year or so. The coronavirus has had a big impact all across the world and in all different types of healthcare organisation. And one of the things that Papworth has been asked to do at this time is use a treatment called ECMO, which is almost like a machine to take over the function of the lungs to support young people with very severe COVID who are unable to breathe for themselves, and to allow them some time for their lungs to recover so they can get back on with life. So although I'm a cardiologist and principally a transplant doctor, I actually spent quite a lot of my time over the last few months working in intensive care and looking after patients with COVID. So it's COVID has turned all of our worlds upside down, and it's a real pleasure to be invited to talk and explain a little bit about what we've been up to.
ECMO is incredible, isn't it? I saw the TV program about the special program about ECMO, and I know that Alistair was on ECMO, wasn't he, while he was with you?
Yeah, I mean there are different types of ECMO, but it's a very, very complex and sophisticated treatment that is able to completely take over the function of a person's lungs, and in some situations can actually take over the function of both the heart and the lungs. So it's a very, very difficult treatment to deliver. It requires an enormous specialist team to deliver it. But what it buys the patient is time to recover from whatever is going on, so that they can get back to being healthy. And ECMO has found a real niche actually during the COVID-19 pandemic. We have had an enormous number more ECMO supported patients in our hospital than we would have ever dreamt of this time last year.
And I'm sure it's very expensive and something that requires quite considerable funding, Rose. Is that something that you fundraise for, or do you fundraise for other support services?
Yeah, so Royal Papworth Charity exists to support the groundbreaking work that the hospital provides, and we do this by providing grants for the benefit of our patients, their families and our staff, whether this is focusing on particular pieces of equipment, state-of-the-art equipment, whether it's the wider hospital environment, the well-being of our staff, or kind of developing research purposes. So as a charity, we're here to support the hospital where the need is greatest at that particular time.
Yeah, so you provide a bridge. I know one of the people who are watching is mentioning that people who are deaf, they will find it very difficult to understand what you're saying right now because of the masks. Yeah. What I would encourage anyone to do who is struggling with hearing difficulties, I would suggest you go across to either YouTube or to Facebook, where you can enable the subtitles and then then it'll put up subtitles on the screen for you as the guys are speaking. But this is just for this segment. So if you are struggling with that, I suggest you go across onto Facebook Live and you'll get the subtitles. Sorry, unfortunately the guys cannot take their masks off because obviously they're in a hospital setting and they're sitting in a room together. So that's just, they're the rules that we're all living by right now. But it is very, very difficult for people with hearing difficulties. And that's something that, we've all struggled with COVID, but we've all brought our own little thing, the thing that's particular to us to it as well, haven't we? And have you found anything specifically within the hospital that has been particularly difficult that you've had to go to Rose and the charity team to help you find some funding for?
It's interesting, actually. Sometimes the smallest things can make such a massive difference. So this is an example that may sound daft, but the hospital and the charity have been wonderful at providing tea bags and coffee and milk, just to allow people to stop and pause and have a cup of tea.
I think the charity's been incredibly lucky over the last year since we set up our COVID-19 appeal. We've reached out to local organisations, community groups and our supporters who have all been incredible. And actually the amount of gifts in kind that we've received, in total I think we're looking at something about £1.3 million that we've raised either in monetary donations or through gifts, food donations, scrubs, PPE equipment in the early days. So we've been incredibly fortunate to be supported by our local community, which has enabled the charity to set up. In the early days, I think we had 18 stations around the hospital providing food, drink, hand creams, gels, bathing, soils, all sorts of toiletries just to make it that little bit easier for our staff when they're coming off a long shift. If they need a 10-minute, 15-minute respite break, these facilities have been able, or we hope, to give you that additional boost to get back and get back onto the wards.
But at the same time as supporting the staff, also the charity has supported really groundbreaking work that's gone on within the hospital in actually particularly over the last few years in the area of heart transplantation. So the charity has supported Papworth in developing a completely new type of transplantation. It's called DCD heart transplantation, where we are actually able to restart, to reanimate hearts that have stopped and go on and transplant them. And,
the charity were really honoured to be involved in this from the early stages. I think it's something like £1.5 million that we were put in the initial stages to this DCD research. And I'm sure you've recently seen on the news the collaboration with Great Ormond Street for paediatric DCD transplantation. So it's continually improving and progressing, and the charity hopes to be involved with that. We still have an active DCD fundraising appeal, which anyone can support. It's still something that we're really pushing, and we hope to be involved with for many years.
That's amazing. So DCD, and there's a specific appeal for raising money for that appeal. Yeah,
that's right. Yes, we have a number of appeals. Obviously, at the moment, our COVID-19 appeal is at the forefront of everyone's minds, but we mustn't forget the other areas of the hospital that the charity is supporting. So we have our general appeal, but we have the specific DCD appeal, our cystic fibrosis appeal. So there's a number of campaigns that we run alongside one another. Obviously, at the moment, the COVID-19 appeal is at the forefront of everyone's minds, but I think it's really important that we don't forget the other areas of the work that the charity is currently supporting.
Absolutely, and we must not forget the biscuits and tea bags. they are critical. And if someone wanted, because I know this is a tricky one, we were told not to take flowers and things into hospitals, weren't we? Because obviously they transfer germs and such like. Mm-hmm. If someone wanted to donate, they wanted to send in some sweets, chocolates, biscuits and things, how would they go about that? How would they do that?
So the charity has set up an Amazon wish list exactly for that purpose. So we've got items on that wish list. We've been so fortunate. Every day you come into the office, there's more parcels delivered by Amazon. It is like Christmas every day in the fundraising office, and these wonderful gifts that people are providing us. So the link to that can be found on our website, to the Amazon wish list. And if anybody wanted to donate anything, as you get from a bag of sweets to drinks, food, anything that's on the list is all greatly appreciated by the staff. So you can order that easily from your home. That gets delivered directly to the charity office, and then we distribute that out to the hospital. So it's a really lovely and kind of tangible way for people who want to support, that they can do so that way.
That's amazing. An Amazon wish list. That is so good.
I've been talking about this, a little over a year ago, to say, if you could donate a bag of crisps to the staff, it's what we need. But actually, as Zing said, it's exactly what the staff have needed over this last year. So we've been very fortunate with the response that we've had to our Amazon wish list.
They need to feel loved, and they need to know that we all really care. And it's just those small little things. Amazon wish list. Go, guys, go and find. So you've got the button at the bottom here that says donate to Royal Papworth Charity here. That will take you through to the website. Find the link to the Amazon wish list. And
we'll also try to add it on into the notes if that's easier.
We'll put it in the chat as well. So I'm sure Sophie, once she's helped with, she's helping with some subtitles, she's going to share it on Facebook, and we'll pop it into the note sidebar here. And we'll also put it onto our social media as well. Because as much as we want people to donate money to the charity, anything they can afford, anything at all, every penny literally helps this life-saving work.
It really does. We've been blown away by the support that we've had, from our emergency appeal that went out last April, donations raising from £5 to, thousands of pounds, but it all adds up, and we really have been kind of blown away by the support that we've had from our local community. And we just urge anybody who is able to support us, whether it's through monetary donations or sending something from the Amazon wish list, or, if you want to get more involved with the charity, volunteering your time and helping out in the community. There's so many ways that you can get involved with the charity. All the information is on the website, so please do check us out and get involved. We'd love to hear from you.
That's wonderful, because as you said at the beginning, you work across the whole of the UK. You provide services that only you can provide. You have support systems, etc., that only you can provide, that support everyone in the UK. It's not just people in your local area. So get on the donate if you can with money. Send a gift. I love that idea as well. And if you're local enough, or you want to do some fundraising, then get in contact with Rose. She's a fundraising manager, and you can do some fundraising. I know I do running, and I know Sophie's been doing a run for you, hasn't she? Raising money.
Fantastic. As I say, the amount of effort that people put into their fundraising, whether it's running, cycling, trekking, and people making, being creative, using their skills, it is amazing actually how people find a way to raise money for us, and open up their networks, exactly like Sophie's done. Not only is she kind of doing fundraising, but she's opened us up to this network of lovely people who we can then raise more awareness about the charity. So it's as much about awareness building as it is fundraising.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you spending this time and explaining to everyone. I'll quickly show everyone your website so they know what they're looking at here. So there we go. That's what you're looking at, guys. And there's on where it says ways to donate. Is that where you've got all the different appeals, and you've got the Amazon Smile. So that's where you go, ways to donate, and that's how you can donate to the critical charity fundraising that Rose is in charge of, and support the absolute life-saving work and life-changing work that the guys at Papworth, including Dr. Stephen, are doing. Just going to bring you back up. Thank you so much. I know I did warn you, you get a little bit seasick, you flip around the screen a bit. Thank you so much for joining us. And I really hope that you'll see a surge in donations as a result of this activity. And as I said, we'll be promoting you every day when we go live, and the donate button will be at the bottom of the screen for everybody. One of our other artists has actually commented in the sidebar. I saw Charlie saying that her husband worked at Royal Papworth and put in all of your It's back up here. I saw it just now. I saw it as things were coming through on the screen. There. Her husband installed the building services for the electrical, heating and chilling pumps that control the hospital. There you are.
There we go.
Two artists in our community, completely embedded and involved with what you do. So, and we hope that we'll be able to raise awareness and support you. And I know that we might be sending you a little gift during the week. Yeah, we'll go on your Amazon.
Thanks so much, guys, for all your support. We really do appreciate it.
Thank you so much for joining us. I know you guys are going to flip away now, so we'll say good night and thank you so much for joining us. And coming up next, we're going to have a little bit of a musical interlude. I'm going to turn your video off, so don't be worried. When they disappear, guys, they know they're going. See you later. Thank you so much for joining us. There we go. So next up, we're going to have Tania. So myself and Michelle and Maxine are just going to slip down in the corner here. And so you won't see us. And there you are. You've got Tania.
Hello. Am I on the right sound place?
Yes, you are.
Amazing. All right, I'm going to start with our lovely Leslie's request, her favourite song. Can you see the top of my head before I carry on?
Yes.
You can? Okay, fine. It's just my screen. All right, here we go then. Sitting in the morning sun, I'll be sitting when the evening comes, watching the ships roll in, and then I'll watch them roll away again. I'm sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. I left my home in Georgia, headed for the Frisco Bay, 'cause I had nothing to live for, felt like nothing's gonna come my way. So I'm just sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Looks like nothing's gonna change, everything remains the same. I can't do what people tell me to do, so I guess I'll remain the same. I'm just sitting here resting my bones, 'cause this loneliness won't leave me alone. 2,000 miles I roamed just to make this dock my home. So I'm just sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Oh, sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Watching the tide roll away. Oh, sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. All right, so I'm going to do one more tune for you now. This is a Peggy Lee song. I think it's quite an unknown one, but it's lovely, and it's called "It's a Good Day." Yes, it's a good day for singing a song, and it's a good day for moving along. Yes, it's a good day. How could anything go wrong? It's a good day from morning to night. Yes, it's a good day for shining your shoes, and it's a good day for losing the blues. Everything to gain and it's a good day from morning to night. I said to the sun, good morning, sun, rise and shine today. You know you gotta get it going if you're gonna make a showing, and you know you got the right away, 'cause it's a good day for paying your bills, and it's a good day for curing your ills. So take a deep breath and throw away the pills, 'cause it's a good day from morning to night. Yes, it's a good day for shining your shoes, and it's a good day for losing the blues. Everything to gain and nothing to lose, 'cause it's a good day from morning to night. I said to the sun, good morning, sun, rise and shine today. You know you gotta get it going if you're gonna make a showing, and you know you got the right away, 'cause it's a good day for paying your bills, and it's a good day for curing your ills. So take a deep breath and throw away the pills, 'cause it's a good day from morning to night. Yes, it's a good day from morning to night. Yes, it's a good day from morning till night.
Thank you, Tania. I've just turned your sound off so people can't hear you talking, because we've put studio sound on, which means that when Tania's not playing, it's very, very echoey, and she sounds very echoey. So Tania's going to come back. Thank you. That was just gorgeous and so uplifting, and it is a good day, and it's and you made it a very special day. Thank you. I'm going to put Tania down in the corner here. She's going to go and have a little lie down in the green room now for a few minutes, and then I'll bring her back up at the end, and she's going to play us out with a couple more songs. So thank you, Tania. We'll see you in a minute. There she goes. She's a little red space invader down in the corner. So exciting day. I'm going to share the screen with what you've all been waiting for. What you've all been waiting for. The magazine. So I'm going to turn Maxine's video on so you can see Maxine's lovely face. Otherwise, it's sad. I'm just sitting here on my own. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take you very slowly through the magazine so we can see how that all runs out. We managed to publish this yesterday. I cannot say thank you enough to the amazing Hildegard, Chris, and Louisa, all of whom played instrumental part in getting this magazine done. It is amazing, and so much interesting content in there. I have contributed a little bit myself. I have done a little bit of writing. They have bossed me about and made me do a few videos and things, much to my distress. I always keep going, you sure you need me? I'm sure you can do it without me. But apparently I had to do a few videos and things. But no, they've done an amazing job. And without the artist, obviously, it would be a rubbish magazine. So thank you all so much to all our amazing artists, because without you, as we always say, we would be nothing. Because what would we be showing? We'd be showing pies, and that would be dull. No one wants to see a pie on their wall. So let's have a wander through this gorgeous magazine. As you can see on the front cover, we have one of the chosen winners on the front, and we're going to get to that bit in a minute. And you can see tantalizingly Maxine sitting down there, so you know we're going to talk about that shortly. On the front screen we have Pond by Brenda Harter, one of my particular favourites, I have to say. And Brenda has been with Pure since the very before the day we started. Brenda was here when we were just merely a group called the A21, so I think it's quite right that she should be on, her artwork should be on the cover, and the judges agreed with me, so that was handy. So as you go into the magazine, as you will see, one of those dreaded videos that they made me make. So there's an introduction here, and I won't dwell too long there, but then there's a bit about our learning. So if anyone's interested in doing any learning with us, as you know, we do workshops, courses and programs, and you can learn more here. And then, did anyone see my interview with Rob Moore? That was fun. That was fun and quite lively. So you'll get another chance to have a little look at that in the magazine as well. But we pulled out some quotes from Rob because he was dynamic and interesting and fun. This is how you can join our community. So on that page, if you want to join us, there's a little tab there. And then here, all dynamic links. As you know, if it flashes blue, it's a dynamic link. You can click on it and you can take yourself straight to the page that you're hitting on there. So there's all our artists precursored with the interviews, etc. And then on the right-hand page, page number 7, we have the list of our daily broadcasts. So if you want to know who's going, what day, then there's 2 places. One is in the magazine and one is on the website. I'll show you that later, the website, where the website is. But in the magazine, page 7, all the lives and pre-records are listed. So you'll be able to find the name and you'll be able to find out what day they're on. So for instance, Zach is on the 4th, which is Easter Sunday. I think that's quite a special place to be. And you'll notice just one of these links is hyperlinked, which is Chris Parker. And that's because he was a late addition and he hasn't got a page in the magazine. So we've done him a little hyperlink there. And he's called the Bald Woodturners, and he definitely mark that one in your diary. That's going to be great. And then we get to the judges selection. So we have the wonderful Maxine here with us, and I'm going to bring Maxine up on stage. I'm going to take that down, and it's going to be myself and Maxine up on stage. Hello, Maxine.
Hello, Leslie. How are you?
I'm good. So excited. So excited. So I met Matt, and I'm sure lots of you know Maxine is a friend of Pure, and we've done interviews, and I've known Maxine for a while now. And she came and did our Trailblazers event with us, and I'm a massive fan because we're both women making our way in business and role modelling for our daughters and role modelling for all women and men. I'm happy to role model for everyone. You can all follow us. We don't mind. And I met Maxine because I was talking to you originally about a book, wasn't I? I think that was the first conversation. I said to you, do you fancy doing a book? And then your wonderful daughter said, oh, why don't you do a film? Do you remember that? Darcy. She said, yeah. Oh, forget about a book. Why don't you do a film? And look at us now.
I know. Here we are.
Here we are doing all this like live broadcasting film thingy going on.
And I must say, you're very good. You're so talented with the tech. You astound me.
Thank you. I astound myself sometimes. Especially when it goes wrong.
Yes, always.
And I have to giggle and go, it's okay. We're all real. Everything, you know, I will say I do know how it all works now. But if I look back to some of those early recordings, I do laugh out loud. But isn't that the thing? The best time to start is today, and the next best time was yesterday.
Agree with that.
And you just have to get on with it. And now I can look back with pleasure at all of those moments when I went, I don't know whether we're live. We might be live. We might be talking to one person. We might be talking to 100 people. I don't know. And
but
now we do know.
Though? Isn't that lovely that you took that step? Because I think so many people don't do stuff because they don't think they'll be good enough or they don't know how to. But we're all learning on the job, really. It's life, you know, we're all learning on the job through life. So, yeah, well done you. Yeah,
I think that's it, isn't it? I thought to myself, I've got 2 options. I can sit and eat chocolate and
that's
cry.
Always a good option.
Yeah. Drink rosé. That I did think about that for a while. Can't lie, that dwelled around for a day or 2. Rosé and chocolate, that could be a good lockdown option. Or I can just grow into myself and actually practice what I preach, which is I'm always saying you've got to show up, you've got to take action, and it's the little thing you do every day that makes the biggest change. And I think the little thing I've done every day pretty much is broadcast, go live and record stuff and record it and do it the best I could on that day.
And that's brilliant. And I think it's very difficult to be consistent, and you've been consistent, and that's kind of a testimony to you.
Thank you. Yeah, I think it's just being kind to myself and going, I did the best I could today, and I'll keep trying, and I'll get better and better, and then you can look back and be proud of yourself, can't you, about what you've done?
Proud.
And I am proud, but I'm also really proud of my team, like you are very proud of your team, because you've made huge leaps forward as well. I'm not going to let you get away with that one, saying how great I am when you've made huge leaps forward during lockdown as well. But my team have come along on this journey with me, and they've really embraced it, and I'm so proud of them as well, because a lot of the times they are kind of going, really, you sure? I'm like, yeah, we're just going to do that. We're going to do that. So you've made huge leaps forward as well, and we will talk a bit about that just before we go into talking about your selection, because what I really love, and everyone who's part of Pure knows all about your collagen. You've got flavours out. My goodness, this is so exciting.
It is exciting. I haven't got any here, but yes, our absoluters asked for flavours, and we gave them flavours, and they look amazing. And so I'm really excited about that. Raspberry and mango and mandarin. Yes. My favourite's the raspberry. Yes.
When Darcy was saying this, mango and mandarin, I thought she was saying mango and Mandalay. She found something special that none of us know. I had to keep listening. Mango and Mandalay. I'm like, no, it can't be. I had to go read the packet. I like the image behind you as well. Is that one of your artwork purchases during?
No, that is by a lady in Scotland, and there's a story behind that. And but I love her. I absolutely love her work, and I've got quite a few around actually.
Good.
Yeah. I think I've got about 6 of hers.
Good.
If not more. Yeah, I tend to fall in love with an artist, and that's it. But yeah, I love art. I just
So do you know her? What's her name?
Eleanor Carlingford.
There you are, Eleanor Carlingford. Yeah, and people are asking what's the name.
Yeah, she's done some really good stuff actually. Without getting up, that was a little bit complex. I won't go into it. I commissioned that, and it was based on me and the 2 girls, and she interviewed us. We sent her lots of details about us, and it's called We Are But Three, and it's about how we all maneuver together, and one of us will come forward when it's our kind of thing, and then the other ones will go into the background. It's just the 3 of us, how we kind of maneuver through life and the business, and so good. And
that absolutely is an analogy for life, isn't it? Is that if you play life well, and sometimes you'll come forward and it'll be your moment to be in the sun, and then other times you have to stand back. And
exactly. And other times you want to step back. Sometimes you're tired. It's just all about the family dynamics, and I think the 3 of us work really well together. I'm very blessed to work well together.
Especially during lockdown, we've all found we've all been like in close quarters with our family, and some people that's worked out really well for, and others it hasn't worked out so well. And that's life again, isn't it? Sometimes it works okay, and other times what you mustn't do is just dwell in the bad and think that it's going to be like that forever, because the only certainty is life is change. That's the only certainty in
every
life.
Day. I mean, you can wake up feeling pretty rubbish, and then I just know that the next day something will happen, and you just have a good night's sleep and you feel better. And sometimes it's as simple as making sure you drink enough fluids. Because if I don't drink enough, that's why I've got my squash here, because I know if I don't drink enough fluids, I start getting really kind of drowsy, and and my neck hurts. I've got a bit of arthritis, and my neck hurts. I feel like it's my lubrication. It's something as simple as that, really.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Absolutely. Hydration, rosé is very good. What can I say? No, I'm not. I don't drink that much rosé. Only a few bottles. No, not that much at all. So you had the lovely treat of looking through all these lovely artworks, didn't you? That we sent over to you via Dropbox. Did you enjoy that?
Do you know? It just felt like a real moment for me, and I really savoured it. And I just sat down. I sort of prepared myself and just made sure I had no emails coming in, because it's a very it's a wonderful thing to be asked to do, and it was a big privilege, and I wanted to absorb and savor every moment of that, and I really enjoyed it, and seeing everybody's different, and everybody portrays something different, and I think that's dead exciting about art, full stop. So yeah, I loved it, absolutely loved it.
Yeah, and it is just your perspective. When we say we ask people to judge, it's only because it's nice to see what other people's aesthetic taste is. And that's what a judge does. A judge it's a moment in time. And also I quite like it because it means that it's not always me. It's not always my choice of aesthetic. So that means that we always get a dynamic change going on.
And that's wonderful, I think. I think that's a really good thing to do.
Yeah, have other people's opinions coming in. So you particularly liked Sue Jelly, didn't you? She was your kind of favourite, Sue Jelly.
Yes. So Sue Jelly was Ballet Boys.
Yes.
And I'm looking at it now, actually, and I just want to be where he is. It's so carefree. I want to be doing what he's doing, and he's so in the moment, and he just looks lost in joy. And it obviously with that, lockdown and everything, I just love it. I just felt that it just was very carefree.
Yeah, I'll bring it up on screen so everyone can see what we're talking about.
And he just looks like he's having the best time. He's clearly doing what he loves.
There you go. So there we are. Ballet Boys is the one to the left there. I know and all her work is joyful like that. Even though it's a monochrome, it's still got that vibrancy of tone.
And it's got movement in the jacket as well. And I just. Yeah, it looks like he's got a piece of string around his I just think it's lovely.
It does, doesn't it?
I wanted to be where he was at, doing what he was doing, lost in that moment. So yeah,
I love that. And you're going to join me on Monday, Easter Monday.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of you for doing that, because that was a mistake on my part. I didn't mean to schedule a live on Easter Monday, but I have. And so we're now doing it. And actually, who better than for it to be with Sue Jelly, who is the past president of the Society of Women Artists. And lovely. She is also the currently involved with the Pater Stainer. She'll explain all of that to us as well on Monday. But yeah, you're going to join me to interview Sue. And I think, again, that's great, because otherwise it's just always my questions. I mean, we have been running a giveaway actually over the whole of March for one of our lovely embossed notebooks. And so we've got lots of questions have come in from that giveaway. And I will actually now, in this very moment, announce the winners of that giveaway, I think.
Super.
Yeah, let's announce the winners. So the winner of the notebook on Facebook, and I think Sophie can type this in the comments bar so everyone can see it, is someone called Mills Field. And the winner on Instagram is Hannah B. And I'm thinking that must be Hannah Buchanan. And so that's lovely. She was one of our Art 360 artists in edition 1. Now, just so you know that this is not fixed, what Sophie does is she sends me just a list of numbers, and she says to me, pick 2 numbers. So I have no idea who the name is attached to that number. So yeah, well done, guys. And I have lots of questions that from that giveaway. That's been great. So we will be using some of those during the interviews as well. So your next person that you chose was Edith Parbarton with Apple Birch.
Oh, that again, I think it just made me happy. Because at the time the weather was rubbish when I did the judging, and
January.
Yeah, it just had a real warmth to it, and it just made me smile. It made me happy and I liked it for those
Yeah.
reasons.
Yeah, Edith's on a bit of a roll. She's doing very well right now, and I think her work really does speak to that that emotion of us all wanting joy.
Yeah, the colours are really just
Yeah.
not, I mean, I'm not.
Joyful, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, I'm no way trained in art. I started a fine art degree, did my first year, and then my business took over. So
Yeah.
I just look at it from an enjoyment angle. I can't say anything technical or yeah.
You don't need to say anything technical because
That's
it
good.
is about emotional response to art.
Yeah, interesting.
And Edith's style is abstract expressionism, really. She starts off with something, an idea in her head, and she does lots of sketchbooks. And actually, we've just launched Edith's new website. So if you go to edithparbarton.com, you'll
lovely.
see her brand new website, and with a couple of blog posts and loads of images. And it's fabulous. And really, we were very privileged to be asked by Edith to redo her website. We've done 2 in the last couple of months, one for Vincent Matthews and one for Edith, and we're working on a couple more. And we do them in the very pure way. So they have got a bit of a style that's very pure about them. But her work really sings now on the page, and that's great. But it is about emotion. Yeah, it's what emotions we triggered by, because that's what artists are. They're trading in their emotions and what emotions they trigger in you, and the journey they take you on, because they take you down a memory lane, don't they? They take you on a little...
Yeah.
It makes you think about, that's called apple birch, and I always think I'm trying to make a tree out of it, and I'm thinking about when I was a child and I used to ride on my bike and go through all the apple orchards when I was growing up in Kent. I always think about that when I see that picture.
Yeah, and I don't know, but something tells me that's a bird, but it might not be. And I'm obsessed with birds, especially more so during lockdown, actually. In fact, somebody just bought me the Bill Bailey bird book. I love birds. I just think they are just so, they don't ask for anything and they give us so much joy. I love them. So,
You're so right. They don't. They just sing.
Yeah, I know. It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah. And I was interviewing an artist in her studio the other day, and she apologized and she said, "I'm sorry about the bird noise." I was like, "Don't apologize. I love it." It's like, if you choose your backdrop, I mean, that's just amazing, isn't it? And then the final piece that you chose for us in your selection is a textile piece by Julia Desch, and it's an installation piece. It's a sensory wheel.
Yeah, and the amount of work that's gone into it is incredible, and I just wanted to engage with it. I wanted to touch it. I wanted to feel it. And I've been to Nepal and Bhutan and all the prayer wheels, and I just thought it was just lovely. As I said, I just wanted to engage with it, and it was tactile and tangible, and I was quite desperate to touch it, actually. And I loved it. And like I said, an awful lot of work's gone into it, and it was something different as well, which was nice.
We'll give you the opportunity to touch it, don't worry, at
lovely.
some point. But we did actually have it on exhibition, something similar, not this one, but something similar, because this has been a concept that Julia's been working on because of the sensory touch for children with special needs and autism and such like. And it's actually a collaboration between Julia and Mark Austin, who is another one of our artists who will be going into his studio with. So I think that's lovely. So you actually chose 2 artists there, because Mark has made the wooden element of it.
Okay.
It's Julia's concept and Julia's design.
Nice.
And then the tactile part of it is felted, wet and dry felted, I believe. And I'm sure she'll correct me if I'm wrong. But she's a master in these skills. And she's been working on this concept for a while, and her dream is to get these into, places, therapy centres and doctors' surgeries where people are, people with the need for something that makes them feel settled and calm and sensory. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I just thought they're all very different as well, which was nice, and they all had a different response to all of them. Again, that was nice as well. I mean, there was a massive, wonderful selection. They were all incredible, and very varied, which was lovely.
Yeah, absolutely. We will show you the artwork as we get to the pages of those artists. So I don't have the physical artwork, obviously, but we will be exhibiting hopefully towards the end of the year. I am currently, I don't want to terrify my team by saying anything, but I am obviously currently cooking up an idea. Always cooking up an idea for an exhibition, don't worry. And then we will be able to show the physical artworks. I don't have, I am in the gallery, and you can see all around here, look, but we don't have very much work here because obviously we're in lockdown and we can't have it. But Julia's here. You're welcome, Julia. Your work is exceptional, and I know that it's a life's work. It's not just, Julia's been working with wool, and it's literally, she takes it right from the fleece comes from her own sheep.
Oh, that's amazing. I did read that, and I just thought that was, again, there was lots of planning involved.
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, it's really well thought through. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start moving through the magazine, and you can see all the wonderful artwork as we move through the magazine. So I will take you through. So as I said, there's some interviews at the beginning, but the magazine is broken up into sections based on media. So the first section we have is mixed media, and here, as you can see, we have the wonderful Edith's work there, and there's more artwork. So we've got the apple birch, and then we've got some other pieces. Edith also does sculpture as well, textile sculpture, and I think you can see those slightly stitch-like marks in her paintings.
Yeah, I get that, actually. Definitely.
Yeah, on this
yeah.
one on the right, you can see the slight stitch-like marks. So yeah, there's Edith's work. So Edith, if you want to see more of Edith's work, you can go onto the onto her own website, and all the links are here in the magazine. So Edith Parbarton, you can just click on that and it will take you through to Edith's website, her brand new website. So next up we have Carol Berry. Carol Berry was with us in edition 1, and we saw some of her beautiful paper sculpture and her drawings. And here she is again. I absolutely love these. Paper. She uses paper to make these exquisitely stitched and sometimes dipped in gold. This one has got gold leaf on the edge of it, the piece we're looking at here. Leaves, and then feathers, sorry. And then she constructs them into a piece, often in perspex boxes. So yeah, absolutely stunning. So I'll move through the magazine quite quickly. If you want to dwell on an individual page, as I say, go to the website, and you'll be able to go and see the magazine in full on the read page of Art 360. But once I flip through all the individual pages, I am going to go onto the website. So I'm going to go through slowly so everyone can absorb each of the pages. Jane Cordery, and these are stitched pieces again, so mixed media. And then we move into textiles. So we have Julia's piece here, and you can see more of her work there. You can actually see Julia working on
the colours in that as well are so lovely, aren't they?
Yeah. I think that piece that she's working on there, she has a title to do with fire. So yeah, the colours. She dyes the fleeces herself as well, and it's quite. She doesn't get much wool from each time, each fleece. I'm sure Julia's going to tell us more about her work when we get to her interview, and so you'll be able to ask more questions about it then. My screen is completely clear. Maybe if you are struggling with a fuzzy screen, that will be to do with your own Wi-Fi. It might be best if you go over and watch on Facebook or on YouTube, because I can see from the restream that is crystal clear. So if you are struggling, it will be down to your own Wi-Fi at your own home, unfortunately. But sometimes the restream is clearer. So let's keep going through the magazine. So the next up is Susan D'Souza. So Susan is a new artist to Pure, and again textiles, and she does her own hand dyeing. Beautiful double page spread there with Susan in her studio, and leaves are a bit of a theme, it would appear, for our textile artists. That's two doing. yes, as I say, so some people's screens are fine. It is down to, unfortunately, we have found that the Wi-Fi, if your Wi-Fi bandwidth isn't strong enough, then it may struggle to see clearly what's on the screen. But as I say, you have the option of going to Facebook or YouTube, and one of those, because it's smaller, may be clearer for you. So move on from Susan. Oh, and then here you go. So Mark Austin. So we're on to sculpture now. It was Jane Cowan, actually, who I was recording, and the birds were singing. So Jane Cowan, we're going to see in a minute. So we have the wonderful Jonathan Haitley, and his sculpture. I'm not sure whether we're going to be broadcasting from his studio or from his home. We broadcast from his home last time, but he always has the most amazing sculpture all around him. So I'm looking forward to that one again. Jane Cowan, again, another new artist. And Jane is, I'm trying to remember now, she is head of conservation for Lincoln Cathedral. And I had the most wonderful time chatting to Jane. I'm also probably going to slightly indulge in making a purchase. Shh, don't let my husband hear. She had some beautiful pieces in her studio when I was interviewing her, and absolutely exquisite. So stone is her thing, and she is head of conservation. She's just coming to the end of a project that she's going to tell us all about when it comes to her day interviewing. And there's Mark. So that's Mark, who has contributed to Julia's piece that we were just talking about, and he made the base and everything, but to Julia's design. So yeah, it'd be great. And it was through Mark that we got Chris Parker, who saw what Mark was doing and really wanted to be part of what we're doing. So that's also lovely. We've got two wood people. And I do like to show the extreme spectrum of what art is. So that's, really, really lovely to have the opportunity. So keep going. You can't see this, but I have to flip between screens. So when I'm over here and you can see me, I'm actually on a separate screen managing the magazine, which is quite a feat, I can tell you. So we'll keep going. Now this is all our painters. So we've got lots of painters showing, and Sue Jelly being one of them. Lovely Sophie there. Carol, Mary Beanie, Richard, Rowena, Carmen, Leela, Fran, and Jeremy. So, and each of them have got a double page spread. And as you can see, as we come on each page, the blue links flash up. So do click through and see more of their work. Fran is doing, actually been making a film with Caitlin Locke, who is a photographer that we work with a lot at Pure. And I can't wait to see the finished film. It's going to be amazing. So yeah, Caitlin is actually also joining us on Easter Monday in the morning for our Pure Members Clubhouse, and she's going to be helping the members on how to photograph their artwork at home. So, because obviously they haven't been able to access photography. So here we have Jeremy Bear. I've got some more of his work, and Jeremy is still working towards his exhibition at Dimbler on the Isle of Wight, but it's now going to be taking place in 2022. Leela Godden. Leela started a completely new style of artwork during lockdown. So she was very well known for the seascapes that we see on the right-hand side. And during lockdown, she's been doing these more abstract landscapes, and I think they're absolutely charming. Really beautiful work. Love the color palette. You can see this is again something that we talk about a lot, the hand of the artist. You can see if Leela were going to make abstract, it would look like that. You can see her hand and the tone and the mark making in the work that comes across. So yeah, beautiful stuff. I flip over to the next page, and we have Carmen, who is quite new in the art world, so she hasn't got a website as yet, but that's coming. But beautiful work, really dreamy.
I particularly like this one, and because we were in lockdown, and I was looking out, and it felt very kind of now. We're all looking out a window, really, aren't we? So I particularly like that one for that reason.
Yeah, I really liked that piece. I thought it was so so gentle.
Yeah, gentle is a really good word, actually.
So gentle, and I felt calmed by it.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, I felt really calmed by it. And then obviously the chalk cliffs, that is synonymous with where I am right now, down on the south coast. So yeah, beautiful work, Carmen. Well done. And then we come to Rowena. Rowena is one of the Pure ambassadors, and Rowena's been really pushing her work during lockdown, and she had a little she did really well. She was on Grayson's, she appeared on one of the Grayson's art club moments with her steps. That was exciting.
Fabulous.
Yeah, exciting when those kind of things happen. It really gives you a lift, doesn't it? Yeah. So yeah, that's lovely. And then we've got Richard Hayes. Love Richard Hayes. And I noticed, Richard Hayes, and I know you're watching, that you're now doing sculpture, and we don't have any of your sculpture in the magazine. So I think I might be challenging you on that when we come to your interview, because I didn't know you did sculpture. So there you are, I learned something. I went on to Richard's, I did the clicking on the links, and I went to Richard's website, and there he is doing stone sculpture. So then we come to our beautiful Sophie, who's been doing some drawing classes for us as well during for our members clubhouse events. So we do members clubhouse events every Monday morning at 11:30, and we're doing them throughout March, April and May, and we do something different every week. So we've been doing cooking. You should come along, actually. I'll send you a link. We're doing cooking. We did a risotto. We've done drawing with Sophie. It was great. And we've done meditation, money mindset with Nadine. We'll come to Nadine's page towards the end as a friend. And as I say, we're doing photography with Caitlin. So really good fun, really, really good fun. And learning all the time. So I love this one with the pomegranates, I have to say, Sophie. Stunning, stunning work. There we are, Sue Jelly. And there's some more of Sue's pieces. And she was saying to me she's already had an inquiry for one of her pieces. So that's super cool as well. Because Sophie's been putting out all the pages and promoting the artist throughout March on our Instagram as well. And then Carol, I've done, you're all going to laugh. You're all going to laugh, but I don't mind. I don't mind being the stooge. Carol has done a watercolor workshop with me. I am her student. It is hilarious. Carol has the patience of a saint, is all I can say, because I don't think I've done watercolor painting since I was about 6, probably the same time as I last was doing running. So I thought I'd be the perfect person, and I had such a ball. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, on Carol's day, and you'll see on page 7, she teaches me to do watercolor painting. So that's good fun.
And the colours in that heather are just beautiful, aren't they?
They're stunning, aren't they?
Really, yeah, definitely. I feel like I want to be there.
I particularly love this one on the left-hand page, actually, page 58. That really draws me in, that piece. And the sky. Having seen her show me how to do sky, that's tricky. That's really tricky to get that amount of emotion and feeling in a sky like that with watercolor. Really tricky medium to work with, I have to say. I did all right. Mary Beanie. Mary, like Brenda, has been been with me from like day one, and she has been so supportive. Mary is a stalwart of the art community, and she started Art on the River, and she also started Chalk Gallery. And I haven't seen Mary for over a year now because of lockdown. So it's lovely to see some of Mary's work. And there's normally sheep in Mary's work, so I'm looking very closely. I think there might be ghost-like sheep down in the bottom of that one on the right-hand side there. Yeah, beautiful. And then we come to drawing. This is our calm part of the magazine. So we have Vincent. And I said earlier that we have had the privilege of remaking Vincent's website for him. So do all go and have a look, because Vincent's been doing some blog posts as well. And he's also on his website. You can view all of the artwork that he did in his lockdown journal. Absolutely incredible. So he was doing a picture a day during lockdown, and they were all domestic items in his house. like his Hoover and his drill and his cooking materials. Oh, they are exceptional. It's such an amazing collection. We are thinking about what to do with that collection of work now, aren't we, Vincent? But it is currently on his website, and you can see all of the individual images, and they are incredible. It's such a testament to the time. It really is. And lots of our other artists, Fran, for instance, did a journal, and Edith did a journal. And I think they really are a record of that time. And I love to see them on their website. You're welcome, Vincent. Your work, that work that you did and your work here is just grown and grown. Vincent is the curator of the Society of Graphic Fine Art. And I'm pleased to say that they will be having their exhibition at the Mall Gallery. So we will all be flocking there, Vincent, don't worry, to come and see it, because we're all literally desperate to get out and see an exhibition now. And then we have the wonderful Louisa. So Louisa is the first artist I am going to be interviewing tomorrow. So Louisa is artist number 1. I hope you'll be grateful for that, Louisa, because then you don't have to be worried for a long time. So yeah, beautiful work. And Louisa has got some work in an exhibition as well at the moment. But these are all online exhibitions with viewing rooms and such like. Do you draw, Maxine?
No, so when I started my fine art degree, I would say I couldn't paint or draw. I would like to go back and finish it one day. I just loved it, absolutely loved it. And the only painting I did, funnily enough, was of my view, and I worked with makeup rather than paint.
Oh, wow.
I just liked the way the makeup, and I don't know if it was an insecurity on my part, because I just find it easier to work with makeup than paint, and I don't quite know what that said about me. But I just used like some foundation with the sponges, and yeah, it was weird, but I really enjoyed it actually.
Mary Beanie would love you, because Mary Beanie loves working with all sorts of media. And I remember being in workshops with her where she says she uses camp coffee. You can just use anything. There's no right or wrong in art. That's the great thing.
And at the time I was having some building work done, so I took these massive rocks into uni. But what I wanted to do, I mean, this is very much part of my ADHD actually. I was very interested. I started reading the book Homo Sapiens, and I was really interested in the migration of humans out of East Africa. And I had this wonderful notion that I wanted to get a rock from East Africa. So I found this rock miner person in East Africa, and I actually went and ordered a rock from him. I mean, that just says a lot about my personality, to be honest with you. I mean, who ships a rock from bloody Africa, you know? But yeah, I just thought, I don't know, it was just, yeah, hey.
A person who goes around India on a rickshaw.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
What can I say?
Yeah.
So Jane's saying Carla Black incorporates eyeshadow.
Oh,
And Julian Saunders says Bev Saunders has painted with wine. Well, I'm not quite sure. I think I've probably painted with wine as well, Julian.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah. Now Annie's inspired. She's going to go and have a go at that. So brilliant. I love that. But there's no right or wrong in art. You can't do it wrong, because it is your own interpretation.
But
people may have an opinion on it.
Yeah.
But that is their opinion, isn't it?
Absolutely.
They can have an opinion, that's absolutely fine, but it is their opinion. Some people's opinions are more informed than others. So printmaking, and I have a particular love of printmaking, because I like you were just saying about your ADHD, and that's like why you go through these two extremes. I think I like process. I like things that go through a process. I think it's just my comfort zone again.
I get that.
I can trust it.
There's quite a meditation to a process as well, isn't there? Yeah,
absolutely.
I get that.
Yeah. So here we have Shelley Rose, who is one of our team, and there he is doing some screen printing. Shelley turns up and helps out, and he and Vincent cause me hours of hilarity when we're setting up exhibitions, because they're our technicians, and I have such good fun with them. And I've really missed it, and I can't wait, guys. I'm sorry, I am cooking up a plan for an exhibition because I have missed the fun and the laughter. I realised that how much fun we have. We really have a lot of fun. Then we come to Brenda. So there you are. There's the piece that's on the front cover. And Brenda's been doing some monochrome printing as well, a bit like Sue's work in the monochromatic. We sold one of her beautiful sheets prints. It's huge. That piece is huge. The poor lady who bought it, well, not poor, because obviously she loved it, but she asked me to hang it, and there was a light switch right in the way, so I couldn't hang it for her. We had to wait for an electrician to come and move the light switch because she hadn't realised quite how big it was. And she was like, do you think it'd be okay? I said, no, I think you'll just constantly have this flashing on and off of a light. We're going to have to move the light switch. So yeah, it's a huge piece, but beautiful. And she does, Brenda does them in colour and in black and white, stunning pieces. We've shown that at Ballantyne's, which is where you did the Trailblazers event in the gallery there.
That was lovely.
Yeah, really enjoyed that event. We will do some of those as well. Danny is desperate for us to get that gallery open, but they're not opening until May, sadly. Neither are the Curlew or Small Holding. So our actual live exhibition spaces aren't opening until May. Really want to see people, Annie. Me too. Really want to see human beings and have a glass of wine with them and just have fun, fun and enjoy, because everyone's been, actually most people within our community have been working really hard and got a lot of artwork done, and you've been working really hard, I've been working really hard. So these moments when you celebrate are really important. They're the reward moments, aren't they?
They are.
So yeah, seeing people in the flesh. So Vivian Dixon's work is fabulous. I particularly love Vivian's hat. Well done, Vivian. Love that joyful personal picture there. But look at those amazing marks. Really powerful marks. So yeah, can't wait to see that work. Vivian, again, quite new to our community, so I haven't seen her work. I only actually met Susan a couple of weeks ago, Susan D'Souza, because we sold a piece of her work and I had to go and pick it up. So COVID safe, of course. And she said to me, it's so lovely to meet you in person. And I was like, wow, I didn't realize we hadn't met. It's been, this has been going on for that long. I've seen her so many times on the screen. I actually thought I'd met her in the flesh. So yeah, that was a bit of a...
I was thinking about that the other day, actually. I was thinking, I wonder if there'll be I'd like you sort of, have a few meetings, and I feel like I've met somebody, but I haven't. But I wonder when that will change, because we have met them virtually. So is there going to be, if we go in that lockdown for a while, is there going to be a time when you feel like you've met somebody because you've met them virtually? Do you get it?
Yeah, that is exactly what I thought when I saw Susan, and she just said there as well. I arrived to pick up this piece and she said, it's so lovely to meet you in person. I was like, have we not met in person? I was really, I was quite astounded, because I've been mentoring and coaching her, and she's been doing the foundation program and obviously these events. And I genuinely thought, Susan, that I had met you in person.
But isn't that testimony to how we've adapted?
Yeah. Humans are very adaptable.
We are. Some more than others.
Yeah. And we're resilient, actually. We're very resilient as well. And I'm very proud of my kids and how they've coped with this, because everyone's saying, oh, the children are suffering. But actually, and I'm sure some are, and there's, and I only know what's going on in my bubble, obviously. You can only ever know what's going on in your own. And I'm very aware of, how difficult life is for some people. But my children and the children that I've become aware of within the community that I'm aware of are actually, they've grown and adapted.
They've coped incredibly well, haven't they? I mean, I'm 55 and I'm not desperate to go out partying, or I'm quite happy with my life. But these youngsters, my youngest daughter celebrated her 21st in lockdown, and she held court on the doorstep. And a couple of friends came one at a time, sat on the doorstep, outside, she was inside. and then another. And I just think they've coped incredibly well, actually.
Yes, exactly. I haven't seen my daughter since August. So as you know, she left and went to work and moved up to Manchester to work. So I haven't seen her since August, and I'm very proud of how she's coped with it. And as you say, you know, birthdays have come and gone. My mum has had 2 birthdays in lockdown. She has made a point of that because her birthday was actually the 23rd of March. So it was the first day of lockdown.
Yeah.
So, but we've tried to make the most of it. But I do think we've learned new skills. We've learned new skills. So, but I can't wait to meet everyone, and it was a pleasure to meet Susan, I have to say. It was lovely, and I actually took your work to the framers for the client today, Susan, so it's all safely in the hands of the framers now, along with some other work that the client had bought as well. So yeah, so there's the lovely Vivian, and then we come on to Philippa Edgerton, and she's new to our community as well, so I can't wait to interview Philippa, and I'm having a chat with Philippa on Friday morning, so we can get to know each other a little bit better as well. So that'll be great. Looking forward to that. And then photography. So I am a photographer, so obviously this bit's quite personal to me. And we have Vivian. Vivian's been in our community for a little while now. She does digital photography. And I've been talking to all of our digital photographers, but this is actually equally pertinent to all of our artists. Have you heard, Maxine, of NFTs?
No.
No, good.
Yeah.
Everyone breathe. It's all right. It is only the Americans. They're non-fungible tokens.
Right.
That are listed on, now prepare yourself, listed on the blockchain.
All right.
And paid for in cryptocurrency, either Bitcoin, or Ethereum, etc. These Americans, because obviously we went international during COVID, and so I've got quite a few artists now from America. They're all talking to me about these NFTs, and you list them on platforms with names such as Nifty Gateway. Which only the Americans could have come up with, but you never touch the artwork.
Really?
And they're all you buy the token, and it is digital, so you can buy it and you'd have a screen and you project it onto, or you could have it as your screensaver or on your phone, or you can project it onto a wall, or you can just own it and never do anything else with it. And that is something that's on trend. Artists are selling these works for digital artworks in America. It's blowing up in America, so keep your ears peeled for NFTs. Yeah, I'm going to do a little session on that with a trend forecaster probably during May. But yeah, Vivian, I spoke to Vivian. I mentioned this to Vivian when we had a Q&A, and I was pleased to see, like me, she was like, no, don't know what you're talking about, fortunately, but it's coming. Annie Catford, we love Annie, and you've been having a good chat in the sidebar, haven't you, Annie? Annie's going to be showing film. So Annie's kind of gone that one step further, and she's been doing a lot of film and setting it to music that she has the copyright for. And so I'm going to be interviewing Annie, and most of that we'll be showing her films and then talking about her films. So yeah, within this magazine, we have film as well, and you can click on these links. So if you go on the magazine, you can see a little arrow comes up. They are films that you can play. So within embedded, that's the great thing about a digital magazine. If we printed that, I don't know quite how we'd make that work. You'd have to, I suppose we could have a QR code. We could have a QR code and people could scan the QR code, but it would be more tricky. Whereas this is lovely. We just embed the link into the magazine, and then you just roll over it, and where the arrow appears is a film. There's another one there. That looks like a shadow of Mike. Mike did make quite an appearance in edition 1. Annie, is that a shadow of Mike? Because you promised me that Mike wasn't going to be part of edition 2, and now I feel that is his shadow. Annie. She's not answering me. But yes, I'm looking forward to that because I'm really excited to show film. Then we have David Winston. So if everyone will remember, David does do a lot of work in Venice, and we had his wonderful work in Venice, but his processes are incredible. It is Mike. That was Mike. You promised me he wasn't in this one. So David's processes, he will talk about, because they are so incredible, the way he creates his work. He does a lot of analog and digital processes. So we're coming to the end of the magazine. I'm going to carry on going, but if you've got specific questions, please put them in the ask a question. It is Mike. And he put that in the ask a question area. Please put them in the ask a question area, and I will endeavour to answer them at the end. So Zach is coming to the magazine from France, and we're delighted to have him. And he's making a film. I am hoping that I'm going to receive that film in the next couple of days, Zach. No pressure. But he's done a great promo film as well. So Sophie is showing all the promo films on social media. So do have a look. But his work is just fantastic. Daniel actually picked some of Zach's work as his choice. I love this. It's just, again, it makes you feel uplifted. It makes you feel like laughing out loud. I love that. Just want to laugh. What are those kids doing? They're dancing and throwing themselves about. I could see Annie and Zach working really well together. That would be an amazing collaboration. So yeah, can't wait for that. And then we have glass and pottery. So Charlie, whose husband did all the pipe work and electrics and everything for the Royal Papworth. So lovely to see you back for edition 2, Charlie. Charlie's had a bit of a torturous time during lockdown, I can't lie. So it'd be really lovely to chat, Charlie, and just explore your work a bit more and give you some joy. Stephanie. So Stephanie is based in Brighton, and I've done a pre-record interview with Stephanie because, again, her partner is unwell. So she wanted to be sure that there was no timing issues. So I think I've been kind. I've let a few of the artists do pre-records, but hers is great. She shows us her kilns, her first kiln, her massive kiln that she does windows in. It's great. Really interesting. Love her work. And then Hildegard. So we're going to have to dwell on this page for a moment because Hildegard is the wonder who has created this magazine. I think she's done an incredible job. Lots of clapping for Hildegard.
Yeah, definitely.
Really amazing job. And Chris helped her, upload it to Issue and do the links and everything. But the design has been down to Hildegard, and she has spent a month working on this for all of you.
I can imagine that it was very hard work putting it together. Lots of dedication.
Yes. Yeah, well done, Hildegard, and thank you all so much. Thank you so much for doing it because, it needs an artist, doesn't it? It needs an artist to really, she's curated this magazine and really put her heart and soul into it, and it is wonderful, really wonderful. So we will spend the next 3 months making sure as many people as possible see it and really enjoy what's in there. And it's vibrant, and she's curated it beautifully. And her own work is absolutely stunning. And she has, for all of your sakes, put her own work on hold for a little while so she could do this. But she'll be back doing her own work because her mentor, me, will be shouting at her if she doesn't get on with it. So I really love Hildegard's work as well. And Shelley does all the framing for Hildegard. So Hildegard is married to Shelley. They are a two. So yeah. I'm not interviewing Hildegard this time. She declined that privilege. And then we have Mary, who was my pottery teacher, and she's been doing getting bigger and bigger and more interesting pieces, and she's done these exquisite pots during lockdown. So I can't wait to talk to you about that, Mary, and see those actually in your studio. And then we come to our friends, and we are nothing without our friends, are we? Everyone needs friends. I've missed my friends. Did you manage to catch up with any of your friends in the between lockdown bits?
I did. I mean, I work with my children, which is fab. So I don't ever feel that I don't see people. And I've been walking with a friend. I've got sort of 3 friends, and we alternate. I'll meet one day and one the next day, and we just walk the dogs. And then yesterday I saw a friend and we ate in her garden. We had a bit of supper, and that was just really special. And I think, you know, the one thing that I think we can all take from lockdown is the simplicity of the things that we really took for granted that are so joyous.
I cannot agree with you more. We had some friends over on Monday. Thank you to the sun for coming out. Thank you for the Sahara storm that blew up over Sunday night and brought us all that lovely weather. And yeah, we had some friends over on Monday night for drinks, and it was such a treat. But as you say, I really valued just the small things. I value just going out for a dog walk now. Really
I do. I do. I had booked just before there was a gap in sort of just around about November, December, and I booked to go and see the Artemisia Gentileschi exhibition at the National Gallery, and I was going to see that first. Then I was going to go to the Tracy Emin at White Cube, and I just thought, oh my God, the contrast will be incredible.
Yes.
And I didn't get to see it. That was really disappointing. So I'm really looking forward to just getting on a train, going to or going anywhere and just enjoying things, you know.
Can you think of, before this experience, putting enjoying and train in the same sentence?
No, not at all. Good God.
But I will enjoy going when we can. I will enjoy going on a train and then going to an exhibition or going out for supper or whatever. Nadine and I went on a dog walk this morning down on the beach, and it was just lovely. Now we're allowed to do that, you know. It's the first time we've been able to do anything like that, because obviously you can now drive slightly out of your area. You don't have to stay.
But I always say to people, my personal life is beautifully uneventful, and I absolutely love it that way. So I'm more than happy just out with my dog, my lurcher, going for a walk. I ran with her this morning. I'm a very simple person, and I love it that way.
Oh, Nadine, we're not talking to her. She ran this morning. No, Nadine and I just strolled. We strolled. So we did a stroll.
I love my running, though. I know
you do.
It. It's a form of meditation, isn't it? It's just wonderful.
I think if you can make anything into meditation, really, can't you? And I think it's so important to embed meditation into your life as much as you can. And that kind of brings us, that's a lovely segue, thank you. So in our friends section, we have Nadine, who does all the meditations, and we have Bev from Edge Framing, Art Spring Gallery, and Hildegard is part of Art Spring, and Attic Tees and Eastbourne College, where I work and I mentor and tutor the children. So Bev has made the most fabulous film, actually, and then I have chatted to her about that film, and we'll be releasing that over the weekend. But it's incredible. I learned something about framing, and I really understood the care that she put into the framing, and that's the thing. When you've made an artwork, or you've spent money, hard-earned money on an artwork, to see how much care someone puts into just them putting that frame around it, it was just heartwarming. So yeah,
and it can ruin a painting. It can ruin a piece of art if it's not right.
Yeah, it's so important, and Bev talks about that, actually. The glass. So we were having that chat with Andy Hurst, the conservation guy. And, you know, if you put the wrong glass on it, you know, you spend this money, you take your time, you emotionally attach, you spend your money, you buy this beautiful artwork, and then you don't put conservation glass on your artwork, and it fades. Oh, my goodness, you would be heartbroken, wouldn't you?
Very much.
Yeah, so framing is critical, getting the right framing. That piece there, the Mona Lisa page, every time I look at that, it reminds me of that Banksy that got shredded.
Me too, absolutely.
Does it?
Yeah, 100%.
Every time I look at it, I think Banksy shredded. Pressing all my buttons there, Bev. And then we have the fantastic Art Spring Gallery and the crew at Art Spring Gallery, who I had so many hours helping them when they're in the early days of setting the gallery up. And Hildegard and the team do a great job there. And Christine. yeah, so do watch their video. It's great. Click on their video and watch their video, and then you've got all their links there. Beautiful artwork. They'll hopefully be opening on the 12th of April. And then we have Nadine and the meditations. Nadine is very much a big part of Pure, and we've really embedded the holistic side of your well-being into what we offer the artists, because it's so important. We are what we think, and we are what we feel, so it's so important to be conscious about that. So yeah, some meditations there that Nadine and I have done that you can join in on. And again, it's great because when you run over them, the arrow appears. Gosh, we are so good. We make it so easy for you all. There you are. Go off and have a lovely meditation. And then my Eastbourne College children have had a bit of a torrid time, I can't lie. So I mentor and coach the lower and upper sixth Gold Arts Award students, and I put them through a program that's aligned to the Gold Arts Award to help them really get the skills they need for life. And this year, so my last year's lower sixth are now upper sixth, and my upper sixth ones have obviously all gone off to uni. And we haven't been able to do all the leadership projects that we normally do. We normally do lovely fashion shows that we do at the college, and we invite guests in, and we do films and we do exhibitions, and they haven't been able to do any of that. So we've had to be really clever about how we show them the skills that they need. So we've given two specific groups pages in the magazine. The first one, Melis Rose, she struggled at school with a lot of bullying, and she's used this in a really, really personal way to create some artworks for in response to that. And you can see she's going to, as soon as she's done her final piece, we've got to watch this space for the final project, and we'll pop the picture in and it'll be a link. You'll be able to go and have a look. But yeah, so proud of her. She really exposed her emotions to everyone, and about her feelings around body shaming. She's a beautiful girl, but you know, people can be very mean and nasty, and they don't understand the long-term impact of this, especially on young girls. So yeah, she's really been quite raw in this artwork, and I'm very proud of her for being brave enough to put it in the public domain. And then we have Abby and Anais, and these two always bring the joy, these girls. Anais is a dancer, and Abby is she likes every aspect of art, but she's Nigerian, and she particularly wanted to promote the culture and everything to do with her culture, but also the issues within her culture. And so we've got a charity there, which is all about giving sanitary products to girls in South Africa. So if you feel inclined and you can support that charity, I know Abby and Anais would be very grateful, because it's something like 63% of girls in Nigeria don't have access to sanitary products. I think it's shocking, absolutely shocking. So you can see more about 65%. Yeah, 65% of the Nigerian female population do not have access to sanitary products in 2021. Really? Speechless, really. Absolutely speechless. So yeah, have a look at that. And that was the driving force behind their project. But again, every time I go on a call with those girls, they make me laugh. They absolutely have me in hysterics. So they've brought the joy. They really have. And then, so that brings me to almost to the end of the magazine. Thank you so much. So press F5 to refresh if you're frozen. Again, as I say, if it has frozen, it will be to do with your own Wi-Fi. Sadly, I can't have any impact on that. But go over to Facebook or YouTube if you're struggling with it. And this will be available to watch on record. So if you do struggle, then as soon as we've finished, it will be available to watch on catch up. And also Chris will be putting a link in the website, so you'll be able to go straight on the website and watch it as well. So don't worry too much. Yeah. Jane, moon cups are the thing because they're reusable, absolutely. So it brings me to the end of this lovely magazine, and we land on the final page. Well, we've got a couple of pages which are just all to do with, we've got Papworth, which we saw earlier, and then the exhibitions and all about our teams and our sponsors. So thank you so much to everyone who supports us every day. We couldn't work if we didn't have these relationships and these sponsorships, because we like to make sure that we do everything as affordable for the artists, so it's as accessible as possible. So this brings me on to Attic Tea. All the tea in China, again, it made me smile with joy. And Attic Tea are our, we're collaborating with Attic Tea for our closing event on the 30th of April. So I'm going to tell you a bit more about that. I'm just going to see if we do have any questions. We have one, Annie. So the interviews start tomorrow. Yes, Annie, you can put it in your diary. The interviews start tomorrow at 6 o'clock here. And you will have received a link, and you will receive a reminder as well. Love Annie. Annie, just keep asking all the questions everybody else wants to ask, and I may have forgotten. So yeah, the interviews start tomorrow. So thank you, Maxine, for being with me and joining me on this journey through the magazine. I hope you've enjoyed it.
It's been an absolute pleasure. I've really, really enjoyed it. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us.
And thank you to all the artists.
Yeah, thank you to all the artists for making their work and giving us, what would we be doing? As I say, I'd be showing pies, which would be dreadfully dull. And I might be a bit chubby. So yeah, don't do that to me. So just final words to Attic Teas. Thank you so much for partnering with us. They've got a wonderful offer. They're going to do a tea ceremony for us on the 30th of April at 6 o'clock. And we're to celebrate and honour this whole adventure that we're going to do throughout April. And there is a tea kit that you can buy. Normally the tea kit is £29.95, but if you want to take part in the event, then there is a code that gives you 50% discount on the kit. So, and in the kit you also get their very special tea making teapot. So definitely worth getting. Sophie's ordered hers already. I'm going to order mine. But if you go onto Eventbrite, and the link will be on our social media, don't worry, and it's on the website. So you'll see the link there. You can go and register. In fact, I'm going to show you where that link is. I am going to unshare for a moment. Prepare yourself, Maxine. We're going to be big on screen.
Oh, God.
There we are. I'm going to reshare the website so I can show everyone where they can go and register for. Here we go. So here we go. This is the watch page here. So you go onto the website and you press on the, shall I go right from the beginning and show you exactly how to do it? So go back to home, Lesley. So here you are. This is the landing page. So you know where you're in the right place. You go along. Oh, I'm already subscribed. It's okay, people, don't worry. Go along the top bar and you'll come to Art 360. Click on Art 360. And you arrive on the landing page. There we are. That's our introduction. You can register, but you're all in the live audience. But if you're watching us on Facebook or YouTube and you'd like to be in the live audience and ask your questions, here is the link. Just register there and we'll send you a link. There's the Papworth charity where you can donate, and click on that link, and our lovely selectors. If you go through to the watch page, this is where you will see, this is what we're doing right now. You can click on here where it says Watch Art 360 Edition 1, and you can watch all the broadcasts from Edition 1. Or you can see all the daily lives. Now, as we do them, this image will change and have a little arrow in it. And once it's got the arrow in it, you can click on it and you'll be able to watch that live back on the website. Go all the way down, and here we are. You have all the Tea in China closing event. And you can register here. And then if you want to buy the kit, you use the code PureArts50 at checkout on the atticteas.com website. Buy the kit, register on the event and join us on the 30th of April. And we're going to have such a lovely time. Hopefully, Maxine might come back and join us and do the tea event.
Yeah, I'll see what my diary says.
Have a look at your diary and see whether you can come back and do the tea event with us, because I think it's going to be lovely. So thank you all so much. I do see we might have a question down here. Screen's frozen. I'm sorry about that. As I say, I can't. It's absolutely running fine my end. So I can't do anything about frozen screens at your end. But you'll be able to watch it here afterwards as well. We love a tea ceremony too, Nadine, and it's going to be fabulous. So thank you to Attic, and they've been with us today watching as well. So without any further ado, thank you so much, Maxine, for being with me.
Well, thank you for having
today,
me. Pleasure.
And thank you so much for being the judge and contributing all your thoughts and everything and your energy to what we've done today. I look forward to seeing you on Monday when we're interviewing Sue Jelly together. And without further ado, I'm going to hand back over to Tania, who's going to play us some really lovely music again. So you and I are going to dip down in the corner before we do our final goodbyes, and we're going to bring Tania up again. So
I'm going to have to go.
All right.
I've got
you do your goodbye now.
Yeah. Bye everyone. Lovely to meet you.
Yeah.
Thank
Maxine's
you.
done her goodbye now.
Thank you.
Bye. There we are. Maxine's gone. So I'm going to bring Tania back. Hopefully Tania is there. Yes. I was a little anxious then that if I pressed on Tania's face and she wasn't there, that would be awkward. So I'm going to zip down in the corner. I'm going to turn Tania's mic on, and Tania is going to play us out with some live music. And then I'll just pop back up and say goodbye, and I'll see you all tomorrow here where I will be interviewing on Crowdcast Louisa. So yeah.
Hello. So I'm going to play you the last song that I released in December. It does not sound like this on my Bandcamp. I did like a groovy bass line. This is the acoustic version, and it's all about keeping on moving. Keep moving, they keep on moving, the clouds keep moving, so let's keep on choosing. Life goes down when you're stuck to the ground, you hit the ground, life, well, it goes round, 'cause the clouds keep moving, they keep on moving, the clouds keep moving, so let's keep on choosing. Be free to move, change, we keep on changing. We move and groove and see what lights us right, 'cause the clouds keep moving, they keep on grooving, the clouds keep moving, so let's keep on choosing. There's magic in that stark white sky. There's magic up there in the stark white sky, 'cause the clouds keep moving, they keep on grooving, the clouds keep moving, so let's keep on choosing. Yes, the clouds keep moving, they keep on grooving, the clouds keep moving, so let's keep on choosing. Yes, the clouds keep moving, they keep on grooving, the clouds keep moving, so let's keep on choosing. All right, I've got one last last song called I Wish I Was a Punk Rocker with Flowers in My Hair. It's a pop song from, I want to say like 2000s, and it's got great lyrics. And I guess I wish I was a punk rocker with a flower in my hair. Oh, I wish I was. Oh, I'm in the wrong key. Hang on. Hold up. I've got this magic thing. All right. Ha ha ha. Oh, you know the song. Sophie knows the song. Here we go. Oh, I wish I was a punk rocker with flowers in my hair. In 77 and 69, revolution was in the air. I was born too late to a world that doesn't care. Oh, I wish I was a punk rocker with flowers in my hair. When the head of state didn't play guitar, not everybody drove a car. When music really mattered and when radio was king. When accountants didn't have control and the media couldn't buy your soul. And computers were still scary and we didn't know everything. I wish I was a punk rocker with flowers in my hair. 77 and 69, revolution was in the air. I was born too late to a world that doesn't care. Wish I was a punk rocker with flowers in my hair. When pop stars still remained a myth and ignorance could still be bliss, and when God saved the queen, she turned a white shade of pale. My mom and dad were in their teens and anarchy was still a dream, and the only way to stay in touch was a letter in the mail. I wish I was a punk rocker with flowers in my hair. 77 and 69, revolution was in the air. I was born too late to a world that doesn't care. Wish I was a punk rocker with flowers in my hair. When record shops were still on top and vinyl was all that they stocked, and the super info highway was still drifting out in space. Kids were wearing hand-me-downs and playing games meant kick around, and footballers still had long hair, dirt across their face. I wish I was a punk rocker with flowers in my hair. 77 and 69, revolution was in the air. I was born too late to a world that doesn't care. I wish I was a punk rocker with flowers in my hair. I was born too late to a world that doesn't care. Oh, I wish I was a punk rocker with flowers in my hair. I'm done. Oh, there you go.
I've changed your mic. I changed your mic back.
Yes,
I said in the
don't echo.
sidebar, my husband revealed this. I don't, obviously no one remembers, but my husband revealed my punk rocker past in Art 360 Edition 1. I had a Mohican. It was purple. And
Oh my gosh, I need to see that photo.
I know. I don't know whether I'm going to have to go and try and find the photo, but that was just superb. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That really, really made my day. I love that song. I love, you did my favourite always,
Yes.
Sitting on the Dock
As
of the Bay.
requested.
As requested. But I think I've now got another one to request now. Because I think
good. I love that song.
I'm always going to ask for that one now as well.
And that's fine.
Thank you, darling. And you really always bring it and always make it special for us. And and it's just lovely. And thank you everyone who's been here, everyone who's been watching on Facebook Live, on YouTube. I don't know whether we're doing it on Instagram, LinkedIn. I don't even know where we are right now. It's been going on and really loved it, and I think the magazine is awesome, and I can't wait to get going. I know Annie can't wait for me to get going tomorrow with the first of the interviews. Remember, every weekday we will be doing live, and the weekends for the most part are recorded. And if you go onto the Art 360 site on the watch page, you will be able to see the full schedule, and you can watch them all back as many times as you like. And if you watch them on Crowdcast, you'll be able to watch them there as well. So yeah, it'll all be embedded into the site. So yeah, tomorrow, Louisa Crispin, you and me, we've got a date at 6 o'clock, and we will be doing Louisa's interview then. So thank you so much, Tania. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for having
me. And I know Tanya's been sending lots of emails out to all the members and everything. So hopefully, she's got a question.
Well, no, it's just a thing to say. Well, there was two things. One, I wanted to say, I also feel not ready for things. Doing things when you're scared, blah blah blah. If you could have heard my heart, then you would understand. Also, I've just got to say, one of my jobs is to email a member every day, and I get to look them up, and it's just I cannot. There's not a day where I'm not completely blown away, and I sit here and go, wow, and I make all these silly noises. I'm blown away by everybody's artwork. I think you're all amazing.
Yeah, thank you. And it's a good job. It's a really important job, because the members need to know that there's someone there, looking out for them. And, I'm there looking out for them every day. But obviously I'm very busy, and I've got, they need me to be doing all these other things. So it's lovely to have you in, as my backup. Yes, and you've got your T-shirt.
Sorry?
You've got your T-shirt on.
I have. Is it backwards?
No, make today an amazing day. It has been amazing, and you brought it and helped us make it amazing, so thank you. And if you need anyone who needs anything, then just get in touch with Tania, and if she doesn't know the answer, she asks me, and it's fine. One of us will answer you. All right, good night everyone. I think I need to go and have a little lie down now.
Me too.
You too. All right, we'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye.
Thank you all so much for joining us. Lots of